Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Pan the Organizer. So today I'm here with Marco. He's the CEO of Car Care Boost. He's a digital marketer, or SEO marketer, should I say. So that's in the digital realm of marketing. You're probably wondering yourself, what is Marco doing here? He has a bunch of tips and tricks for your car detailing business. If you're a car detailing professional and own a business, well, there's many things that you can do to increase the chances of gaining more leads, hence more customers and more money in your pockets. So Marco, first of all, how are you? Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again.
So this is our fourth video at this point. So if you could kind of recap, first of all, what is a SEO marketer? What do you do? And also kind of recap quickly for the audience what videos we did, what kind of tips and tricks we gave in those videos, which by the way, I'll link in the description under this video for you guys to check them once again, or if you haven't seen them yet, to go watch them. So present yourself and then what videos we did.
So SEO is essentially a strategy to maximize your rankings on Google so that when your local consumers are searching for car detailing, ceramic coating, window tinting, they find your Google business profile at the top of the first page, ideally in the top 3, what we call the local 3-pack. In the first videos that we shot one video on on-site SEO, which is how to optimize your website to send all the proper signals to Google so that Google trusts your business over your competitors. In the second video we made, we were talking about how to set up and optimize your Google business profile, which is really what's ranking inside of the Google map algorithm.
Yeah.
And today we're going over what we call in the industry black hat tricks. And black hat strategies are super powerful. They're essentially cheat codes, but because they're cheat codes, they go against Google's terms of service.
So warning, right?
Big warning. It could lead to your profile getting suspended. So we will talk about strategies to minimize the risk of Google catching on to what we're trying to do. And also if they do catch us and they ask for a video verification, what steps we can implement to try and pass that video verification to get control back onto our profile. But I also want to kind of minimize a little bit the warning in the sense that there are millions of profiles that are utilizing those tricks. So it's not like if you use it, you're guaranteed to get your profile suspended, but there's still always going to be that risk.
So let me stop you one second, because you said black hat in the gaming world. We see that kind of as cheat codes, and you touched on that. What does black hat mean in terms of the tips that we're giving today related to detailing?
So it doesn't have to do anything with necessarily detailing, but it's more with their Google business profile.
Okay.
So that when someone searches for car detailing or ceramic coating, by utilizing those black hat strategies, they're going to be able to gain an unfair advantage over their competitors.
Now that I think speaks to my audience. So basically today, for people who are watching this video, this is a deeper dive into how you can increase, or if you can leverage these tips and tricks to increase the chances of you ranking higher on Google. Did I understand that well?
Absolutely.
So they're going to understand that. However, if you do not have a website yet, or you didn't start your business, or you didn't set up your Google profile, all that kind of stuff, again, we'll link those previous videos in the description, because Marco went through great strides to make sure that you guys fully understand. And also for anyone out there, it's not everyone, Marco, that's super tech savvy or that understands all this world of computer, HTML, AI, and there's so much things that go fast forward, or a lot of people sometimes are too busy to allocate some time to do this kind of stuff. So I think your brand can also help them, and they can get a turnkey solution. So if this for you is something that interests you, but you don't have the knowledge or time perhaps to do so, note that we'll talk about this towards the end. There'll be something special for the Pan the Organizer viewers and subscribers, and you can hire Marco and his team to take care of all of that for you. Am I right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And we have a special discount for only the subscribers of Pan the Organizer.
I always love that. So Marco, if you want to start off, what is your number one tip, or how are we diving into this?
So the number one tip is going to be the second most important or impactful ranking factor out of 200 plus signals. If we look at the top ranking factor groups, the number one is going to be your Google business profile, which we touched on the second video.
Yeah.
And then you have your on-page signals, which is all the signals coming from your website, and that's your the first video we made. And then the third most important ranking factor group is your reviews on your Google business profile. So technically, it's still part of your Google business profile.
Absolutely.
And the second most important ranking factor out of 200 is going to be the keywords inside of your Google business name.
Okay.
So by adding keywords, let's say you add car detailing inside of your Google business name, you'll be able to have an increase of sometimes 3 if you're in very competitive area, so three position increase, up to 10 position increase by just adding a keyword inside of your Google business name.
So example, let's say the name of my business is Pan the Organizer. If I just leave that alone, I have less chances of ranking high compared to if I add Pan the Organizer, but with keywords like car detailing, ceramic coating. Okay.
Exactly.
So simple tweaks that can really help you.
That's probably the most simple trick and the most impactful trick, because it's literally the second most important ranking factor is the keywords in your business name, because it sends such a strong signals to Google that you're offering car detailing.
Okay.
If it's part of your name, right? If you're searching for a dentist and it has that in the name of that dentist Google business profile, it sends that signals to Google that, hey, they are a dentist. So,
and is there a section in the Google business profile, just for those who are wondering, where it's written keywords?
No, it's literally going to be your business name.
Okay.
So inside of your edit your profile tab, inside of your business name, you would add those keywords there. Now, if you're just adding keywords to add keywords, that can get you in trouble.
So it has to be relevant.
It has to be relevant, but it has to be done in the sense that it has to go according to Google's terms of service. And Google will allow you to add as many keywords in your Google business name as long as those keywords are part of your legitimate business name that you represent to your customers.
Okay.
So you have to have the new name with your keywords in it on your business cards, on your website. If you have signage outside of your shop, it has to be on that signage. Otherwise, if Google catches on to what you're doing and you're adding keywords and they ask you for a video verification, if you don't have the keywords in your actual business name that you represent to your customers, they won't allow you to keep that name, and they likely will suspend your profile. So you'll definitely not pass the video verification unless the keywords are on your business cards, on your website, on your signage outside of your shop.
So for example, if you're a car detailing shop, you're called Pan the Organizer, you offer ceramic coating services. So somewhere either on the sign on your building or on your business cards, there should be car detailing service, ceramic coating available kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The exact same name you have on your Google business profile has to be the same that you represent to all your customers on all your advertising material.
So if you're adding those keywords now, that means you're probably going to have to do a modification to either your business cards or perhaps your logo, signage, your logo, to reflect those changes.
Exactly. And you want to make those changes on all your marketing material ahead of making the change on in your profile. That way, if Google asks for a video verification, you'll be able to just take the video because you'll have everything set up already.
And they're doing that more and more, right? That
yes,
video verification
they're
now?
a lot more aggressive with video verification. So an example is, let's say your name. I see that a lot where a lot of detailers are going to have unrelated keywords to their primary service categories, like outstanding shine details. It has partially detailing, so that will help with your rankings for car detailing.
Yeah.
But you're losing a lot of real estate with the word outstanding and shine, because each character that goes to the right loses a little bit of weight in terms of how it's going to be impactful in your rankings. So what we would typically recommend is we would abbreviate outstanding shine into OS, and then we would add car detailing and ceramic coating to be able to boost the rankings for someone searching for car detailing near me, car detailing in my city, ceramic coating near me, ceramic coating in my city. And you can add more keywords. The only thing is you have to have that represented on your website and on the rest of your materials, and you'll be able to pass any kind of video verification.
Got it.
The second tip that we're going to be talking about is actually the third most important ranking factor, and it's the proximity of the end user searching for your services and the address that you added inside of your Google business profile. Even if you're a service area business, so you've hidden your address on your profile, the address that you used at first to verify the profile is going to be the ground zero for where your rankings are going to spread from.
So Google knows where your location is, and they're trying to associate customers that are searching near your location, basically.
And the further those end users are, the less likely they will find you because you'll be buried lower inside of the list.
Got it.
Because there's going to be another detailer that's going to be closer to that end user.
And they'll get promoted more in that
Exactly.
area. Okay.
So a way to go around that is actually to create multiple Google business profiles.
Oh.
That goes against Google's terms of service because technically you can only have one profile per legitimate business location.
Yeah.
But if you have either a friend, a family member, or you can rent a virtual office where you can receive a postcard verification, or you can have access to that address to pass a video verification in that address, you can create multiple profiles across the city so that, I'll give you an example. In this grid here that we see on the right, this is a ranking for a profile, and all the greens are in the local 3-pack. That's really where you want to be. But if you look in the northeast end, you'll see that the rankings are starting to drop significantly. So if someone is searching in the northeast of that city, they won't find that profile. But if they have access to either a virtual office or if they know someone with an address there, they can set up a profile in that region, and they would have the same green that in that area because they would be closer to those end users.
Got it. So you're kind of increasing the chances of you getting discovered or ranked higher, but in a much wider web of
the city
geography.
Exactly.
Okay.
Whereas if you didn't have multiple profiles, you would have to invest a lot more in things like backlinks, reviews, content to try and spread the rankings from your one location instead of having multiple locations that all of them rank less far.
Yeah.
But because they're combined together, you can really dominate the city.
Yes.
Now, one thing is you don't want to connect your primary Google business profile to the other profiles that you're setting up.
Yeah.
Because if Google catches on and they suspend one of the profiles, they might also suspend your primary profile. So always keep all of those profiles disconnected. That way, if Google does catch on, they will then only ban or suspend that profile and your other profiles won't be impacted. And ideally, you want to have access to that address, whether that's a virtual office or it's someone's address that you know, because Google may ask you for a video verification to prove that you have access to that address. So if you just use a postal, you
zip
rent
code or a postal code,
exactly, or a random address, and you cross your fingers, maybe Google's going to verify that profile without you having to send a postcard. But if they do ask for a verification and you don't have access to it, then you've wasted a profile essentially, and you have to try and set up another one.
So a disclaimer, by the way, and Marco touched on this at the beginning of the video, but these are still risky strategies, right? And there is risk involved.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. Like, don't do this blindly thinking that you're going to have success, and there's a certain risk that you might have your account suspended, right? So they have to be cautious and careful.
Yeah, as long as they follow the precautions, they should be fairly safe. And again, the reward is often going to be worth the risk. Okay. Because if you can have 4 profiles across your city, you'll be able to rank further than even if you were spending probably $1,500 a month on just one.
On digital marketing.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So the next one?
The third black hat trick today is going to be able to achieve 100+ reviews on your Google business profile. Okay. So typically how businesses would gain reviews is they would serve a customer, ask for a review, and if the customer wanted,
cross their fingers.
Yeah, cross their fingers, the customer is going to write a review for them. Yeah. But a way to get over 100 reviews in a very short amount of time is to create some kind of giveaway or raffle. And the way participant can enter into the raffle is to leave a review on your Google business profile.
Super smart. So you're actually gaining real reviews.
Real reviews.
Organic, not from bots.
Not from bots. They're real accounts that Google knows they're real accounts because they have access to their unique device IP. Yeah. But it still goes against Google's terms of service because you're not supposed to give something in exchange of a review. To entice people, yeah. So the way for you to protect yourself is don't post about the raffle on social media or on your website. Okay. Because as long as it's only communicated through email, SMS, or person to person, there's no way for Google to ever know that you actually were doing a giveaway or raffle. So an example would be to send an email blast to all your previous customers and your previous leads saying, hey, we're giving away a $100 detail. To enter into the giveaway, all you have to do is write a review about our car detailing services. And then you include the write a review link inside of your email or text message. And you will be surprised by the amount of people that will want a free detail. And all they have to do is to write a little review. And you'll be able to skyrocket your review count to above 100 in a very short amount of time, which is going to help you both in your rankings. It's going to give you, when you cross 100 reviews, you get a ranking boost. But it's also going to send a short-term signal of, hey, that profile has done something well in the short term because there's a large influx of new reviews. And that influx is going to increase your rankings. And then your conversions also will increase because if you have 100 plus reviews, psychologically, people will trust your profile much more than someone who has maybe a dozen reviews.
It's like when you're searching for restaurants. Like, I'm sure you guys too out there do this. If you want to try something new and you're in a different area and you're like, okay, let me try and search what best Italian restaurant, let's say, is in this city now. And you'll go according to rankings and reviews and how many stars. And also that tip that you just gave kind of reminds me that this happens all the time. We just don't necessarily think of it. But last time I went to the dentist, I remember they were saying, and this was person to person, so the cashier at the end or the administrative clerk or whatever position that was, they mentioned that, hey, by the way, we have a giveaway for an iPad, and if you guys want to participate, all you have to do is just leave a review of like what how the day went or how your service went, and hopefully it went well for you. So leave that, and you have a chance to enter and to participate. So this was like a way for them to kind of get those organic reviews coming in. Yeah, that's very smart.
Absolutely. And then the fourth is going to be a newish one where instead of your edit your profile tab inside of your Google business profile, you can actually move the pin of the location of your profile. So let's say you're in a suburb far from the city center or far from a high income neighborhood. Well, inside of your profile, even though your address is in the neighborhood that you are, you can move the pin inside of the profile so that you can tell Google, hey, actually, even though that's the address I put in my profile, my real location is 10 miles north.
Okay.
And then once you move your pin, your rankings, because the number 3 ranking factor is how close you are from the end user. And if you're telling Google you're somewhere else in your city, then your rankings are going to improve in that region now.
Got it.
So if you are in a neighborhood where maybe the income isn't high, maybe the population isn't high, and you want to be closer to downtown or closer to a higher income neighborhood, by changing your pin, you'll be able to rank in that region even though you don't have a location there.
Okay, so physically your shop might be somewhere else, but now your pin is in an area with more traffic or a higher income, average income.
Exactly.
So higher chances of getting higher end services.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now one caveat here is right now Google isn't suspending for using that trick. So it's actually the least risky trick of the 4 tricks we've talked about today, but very powerful. But one of the issues is, especially if you have a shop, if someone goes on your profile and they book an appointment and then they click on get directions, the directions are going to be to the new pin, not to your actual shop. So you will have to communicate to all of your customers, and essentially the excuse you can use is say there's a bug inside of Google and they're not, sending to the right address. And if you can even show the address that's the actual address on your profile, but the pin is where the get direction is actually going to send them to. So you definitely have to communicate that to your customers. Otherwise, they'll go to that pin instead of your actual address on your profile.
That makes sense. So make sure you communicate efficiently afterwards when a customer books to let them know where your physical location really is. What happens if a customer asks you about that? Like, oh, I thought you were in this place where your pin was, and then they get kind of confused?
So they won't necessarily be able to they would definitely be confused and they would ask you about it. And what your excuse is, there's a bug inside of Google.
Okay.
Because on your profile, there will be your legitimate address.
So it's always there.
It's always there. Okay. So you can tell them, like, you can see that the address we have is the correct one on our profile, but for some reason, who knows what
I appeared in your search terms.
Exactly. Okay. The pin is sending us to, the East End when we are in the West End.
And as long as you give them a good customer service, there should be happy customers at the end anyway. So you gain somebody new that might not have been in your area.
They wouldn't have been able to find you without that trick. Another caveat is once you do move that pin, that means that the rankings you used to have in your neighborhood or your region of town is going to change to the downside.
Okay, so you got to pick wisely.
Exactly. You have to pick wisely. Wherever you put your pin, your rankings in that region are going to increase significantly, but your previous location those rankings are going to drop quite a lot.
So if your shop location, for example, is already in an area where you have the most customers and that is the best area, if you're in a prime location, then obviously you wouldn't change your pin in that situation, because then you'd potentially be losing
exactly
your customers because you're already in that good area. So those are more for people who might be in more remote locations,
exactly,
but they want to gain access to a certain customer base that Google rankings don't necessarily give them now. So by moving that pin, all of a sudden they open a whole new potential of audience there. Okay.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
And it's by combining those 4 black hats trick, and there are over 100 plus, but those are probably the 4 easier to implement.
Yeah.
And also maybe a bit less risky, but definitely the easiest to implement, and while also delivering significant ranking boost. Now, if you want to implement them on your profiles, don't go and implement them all in one shot.
Not all at once.
Because if you do them all in one shot, the odds of Google catching on to something, the more changes you make in a short amount of time, the higher likelihood that Google's going to ask for a verification.
The more red flags there are.
Exactly. Yeah. So you want to prepare in case you do get a verification. Like if you change your business name, you want to have all of your advertising material with that new business name so you can pass that verification. If you're creating new profiles, you want to have access to that address so that you can pass that video verification. If you're doing the reviews raffle, you don't want to advertise that on social media, so Google can't understand that you did a raffle to get the reviews.
Yeah.
Only the pin really, Google currently doesn't suspend or ask any kind of verification.
Okay.
But
that could change.
That can change, yeah, because marketers, we ruin everything, we overdo everything.
Yeah.
And at some point, Google is going to catch on and they're going to ask for video verification.
Okay.
But that brings me to the point where there is over 100 black hat strategies.
Yeah.
And black hat alone isn't enough to sustain a 10, 20K a month business. You need to build your website. You need to build your Google business profile. You have to manage it.
Yes.
You need to build backlinks. You need to send behavioral signals to your Google business profile. And that sends us to the solution that we offer to businesses, where we have a 100% turnkey solution where we can build everything for you, from the website to manage your Google business profile, and guarantee rankings with a money-back guarantee, where if we can't get you the rankings we advertise, we'll send you the management fee back.
Wow. So how important, that's pretty awesome. So even somebody who, let's say, had a business, they incorporated or they have an LLC, or regardless of which country you're in, you started your business. So if you do not have a website and you have absolutely no idea how digital marketing works, that's too much for you, you guys can take care of them from beginning all the way till the end.
Beginning all the way to the end. The most amount of time you'll have to spend is probably an hour and a half on an onboarding call with me or one of my team members. And we'll guide you through all the content that we need from you, and ask you questions on things like, how do you want your website to look? What are the primary services that you want to promote? Some are more focused on ceramic coatings. Others want to do more mobile detailing or interior detailing. And from there, we will build everything for you. And we'll move on to ranking you at the top of Google. And that works for anyone that either has a Google business profile, has a website, they've done the SEO work, but they weren't able to get any decent results. Or maybe they are making $10,000 a month, but they want to scale to the $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 a month through search engine optimization without having to do too much work because they're already involved in their business. Or maybe it's someone that's doing very well, but currently they just simply do not have any time anymore. They are managing their business, they're doing the SEO, they're doing the Google ads. We can come in and relieve you from that stress, while also keeping the rankings increasing on a monthly basis.
And the cool thing, Marco, I should add, is the audience now, by the way, for if you're new to the channel, welcome to Pan the Organizer. We have over 1 million subscribers at this point, so thanks to all the viewers out there. One of the biggest detailing channels out there, and also a lot of you guys who are professional detailers took advantage of Marco's offers in the past. I've gotten feedback and they're like more than happy, because the minuscule amount that they invest in digital marketing compared to the new leads that they get and the obviously higher income over time that they generated. To like, why didn't I think of that before? And so with the previous videos, there was a more limited amount of space or people you could onboard. But I think now that you've grown to a point where you've added people on your team, so is there a limit, or can anybody watching, are they going to be able to participate and get your services?
There's still a limit on the amount of discounted services we'll offer.
Okay.
It's a limited quantity.
So first come, first serve for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in terms of limit of capacity, no. We have system in place to add more employees now. If we need to write more content, build more website, manage more Google business profiles.
Yes. And as you can tell, Marco is young, so he's going to be there for a long while, and don't worry, they're going to take care of you for years to come. So, and he's always aware of the latest trends. I met Marco for the first time in 2018 at the SEMA show, if you remember, in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We were at an event with the Rag Company, and so we hit it off right away. And I remember seeing his Instagram account, and at the time, it had over 100,000 followers. It was the biggest thing in car detailing on Instagram, and that really impressed me. And coming from such a young guy, but he was so on point with his marketing skills, marketing terms, and his knowledge of the digital marketing space. It's something that's beyond my knowledge because I'm 43 at this point, so I'm more old school. And well, luckily YouTube is there, so that's how I gained a lot of my subscribers. And customers, they all come through YouTube now. And when I was starting 27 years ago in detailing, it was more word to mouth. But now I understand today the importance of having a presence online, whether it be like me, a YouTuber with a YouTube channel, but not every professional detailer has a YouTube account or a YouTube channel. So that's one strong way to increase leads. And always keep this in mind, guys. More leads always will lead to eventually a potentially higher income for you, more money at the end of the month in your pockets.
Exactly.
All through digital marketing.
Exactly. Through our local SEO services, which is the fastest way to rank at the top of the Google Maps and the local finder algorithm, which is when you type in car detailing near me, you're going to have the ads section. And then below that, there's going to be the map. That's where we focus all our strategy for you to rank at the top, in the top 3 of that section, because the top 3 gets about 80% of the clicks. And then below that, you have what we call the organic section, and that gets about 15% of the clicks.
Yeah.
So an example of a client of ours who implemented one of our local SEO services.
So this is a real business?
This is a real business. Yeah. And per month on average, they're going to generate about 80 plus ceramic coating leads, about 15 PPF leads, and around a dozen paint correction leads.
And those are all high income services there.
Exactly.
Yeah, those are very expensive, so that's good. Okay.
And the average cost per lead is only $6.06 per lead.
Wow.
And that's the beauty of SEO. At first, SEO is slow. Unlike Google ads or Facebook ads where you pay Google or Facebook to get in front of their customer instantly.
Yeah.
SEO, especially if you're starting from a brand spanking new profile, it will take you at least 3 to 4 months to start seeing some decent results where you'll generate more income than you're spending on digital. Yeah. But because your monthly cost remains the same, but your rankings keep growing on a monthly basis, at some point your cost per lead becomes so low compared to Google ads or Facebook ads. Yeah. Because with the ads platform, if you want more leads, you need to spend more, right? Once you get your $500 a budget, you won't be able to necessarily, you can optimize, you can get a lower cost per lead, but ultimately if you want more leads, you'll have to spend more.
Of course.
Whereas with SEO, you don't. You just have to be more patient.
Yes. So for those, Marco, also who are seeing sometimes digital ad spend as spending, I think we have to explain that this is more you're investing in your own future, right? So this is not an expense.
Yeah.
So although, yes, you are spending money for that service generates you way more in potential income and growth and new leads that come. It supersedes the small amount you'll be spending in relationship to what you're going to actually be making eventually. Is nothing, so they should see this as an investment, right?
It's absolutely an investment. It's not a cost. It's not like buying a new van, which a van is you need a van if you're a mobile detailer, but the van itself won't bring you new customers.
It's a depreciating asset.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas with SEO or any other digital marketing strategy, you will generate an ROI from the new leads that are coming in.
Yeah.
And Google is probably the most important, especially for this service business, because that's where 70% of people go to search for car detailers
Absolutely.
in their city. They'll go to Google.
Yep.
When you look for a pizza shop or you look for any kind of local service, you're also going on Google.
For sure.
So being at the top of Google is really the most important thing you can do, especially if you're starting out, you just want to scale and you're looking for the highest quality leads.
Yeah.
So how we get you to generate more leads through SEO and how do we get you to actually rank at the top of Google is through a list of monthly services that we provide. Our primary focus is going to be on your Google business profile where we will optimize it. We will also have a conversation with you during our onboarding call of all the black hat and gray hat strategies that we can implement. We're going to discuss in more details some steps that we can take to even prevent a suspension or video verification even more than what we've shared about today. And we will build everything for you. You won't have to lift a finger other than giving us input. And then on a monthly basis, we're also going to be managing the Google business profile. So whenever you do generate some reviews, we're going to respond to those reviews. We're going to be scheduling Google business posts. We're also going to be scheduling images to send the signals to Google that, hey, we're a serious business that is taking care of...
active
and taking care of our Google business profile. So we'll also be taking care of our customers.
So there's a lot of value there, Marco, because I see also the detailer will be able to focus more on actually detailing.
On detailing,
then at the end of the day, not have to worry about all this or more family time when they're done.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
It's a 100% turnkey solution.
Yeah.
On top of the Google business profile, we're also going to be building what we call in the industry backlinks. And backlinks are essentially a link from one website to another. And if we go back 25 years, Google used links between websites to actually discover the internet.
Yes.
That was the only way for them to discover a new website, was to scan a site, look, hey, is that site pointing to other website? Yes, let's repeat the same process over and over again. So it's still a fundamental aspect of how Google rank websites and Google business profile.
Yeah.
And what we do is we specialize in what we call local backlinks. It's links that have local relevance, which are much more important for local businesses because Google doesn't really care if you have a blog in the UK writing an article on coatings and they link back to your website. But if there's a local blogger that's talking about your business, that sends a signal to Google that, hey, they're trusted locally.
Yes.
People locally like this business. And that's really where we focus.
Okay.
On average, we're going to build about 10 plus backlinks on a monthly basis. And then we're also going to be building what we call citations in the industry. They used to be really important, but then about 10 years ago, Google changed from a database of local businesses to a knowledge base. So it's not as important, but it's still important to have them at your foundation.
Yeah.
So we'll build about 120 for you. And we will also build what we call key citations. And those are the citations or the business directories are still getting traffic today. Yelp, Facebook, Bing Places, and Apple Business Connect on top of Google Business Profile.
Very cool. And so what are you going to talk about what some of my viewers might get as a special promo?
But we're still not done on what we're offering. I know there's a lot.
Yeah, I know people are excited out there to hear what's up.
So on top of the managing your Google business profile, building backlinks on a monthly basis, we're also going to create a fully SEO-focused website for you, included in the cost of the campaign.
So SEO, for those who don't know, it's search engine optimization. That is like the super hot keyword in the late 2020s. Well, now actually. So very important and relevant.
So what we'll do is we'll build a high conversion design. We are getting over 100,000 visitors across all of our website, across all of our clients, and we test things on those websites. And whenever we find something that generates more leads, we'll implement it across our network.
Okay.
When we set up your website, we're going to write 3,000 words of content to build authority. The goal is for Google to scan your website and realize there's more knowledge about car detailing or ceramic coating than your competitors, so that they see you as a higher authority source than your competitors.
Just like the video description, when I do my YouTube videos, we have to write in some text and there's keywords in there for the algorithm, I guess, to kind of figure out, oh, that video is about car detailing. We're talking about ceramic coatings, how to do car detailing, how to wash your car. So yeah, okay.
Exactly. And on top of that, we're also going to be building content on a monthly basis. We'll focus on what we call location or money pages. and we'll look at localized keywords like ceramic coating in your city, interior car detailing in your city, and we're going to build content on those pages so that you can rank higher inside of the organic section, which is below the map.
Yeah.
And our goal is to get you in the top 2 results so that they find you both in the map section and also in the organic section. We achieve that by creating more content on your website. You're also going to get 4 hours of free updates every year. So whenever you need to change anything on the site, we'll handle that for you. And what we do is we're not just a web design agency. We actually focus every single edit with SEO.
Okay.
So everything we're going to change, if you have a new service you're integrating, we're going to build a fully SEO optimized service page. We're going to interlink other pages of your website to that new page so that Google can understand that, hey, this is a really important website, page for that website, so we'll want to rank it higher.
Absolutely.
It also includes hosting, professional emails. Another example of one of our clients, he started a new SEO campaign and generated a $14,000 sell in just under 5 weeks.
And this is in the USA?
That's in the USA.
Okay.
Now, this I have to say, everyone's always using big testimonials, and this
Yes, they're like biggest ever kind of exceptional
results.
case
And I would
example.
say that's probably in the top 30% of results.
Yes.
So he already had a profile. It wasn't a brand spanking new business. But whenever you do have an active profile, if we optimize it, you'll see results faster.
Quicker, yeah.
Quicker
Makes
because
sense.
there's already age authority in the profile.
Yes.
But it just shows you,
the potential.
The potential for a $500 a month investment. You can make, 2 times your yearly cost in
Absolutely.
just under a couple of weeks.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, those are life-changing amounts.
And what's really cool with our service is we actually guarantee that you will rank at the top of Google.
Which not everybody does.
Not everybody does.
No.
And if we are unable to achieve that in under 6 months, what we'll do is we'll work for free for another 6 months. And if we're unable to achieve the results in 12 months, we will refund you the management cost of the campaign.
He said that, so he said it on camera really well. Okay.
So it's a zero risk campaign. And we offer that because I know
you have confidence.
We've seen the results happening over and over again.
You've been in this for so long.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we feel confident offering that guarantee, and we want to do that because we want you to feel comfortable,
of course,
starting this campaign and changing your business forever.
Yeah.
So essentially, I'll go back on what's included, and then I'll go on the cost. There is no setup cost. There's just a monthly cost. There's no contracts. There's no minimum months. You can do 1 month. If you don't feel right with the service provided, you can cancel at any time.
Okay.
There's no need for advance notice. You just tell us, hey, I want to cancel a campaign, and we'll cancel the campaign without any issues.
Okay.
You'll still be able to keep the website, and you'll have access to the hottest, most high quality leads from anything from Facebook ads, Google ads. SEO is always going to be the highest quality leads. You'll rank at the top of Google Maps for an unlimited amount of keywords. We don't have a limit on the amount of keywords, but if you want to rank for a dozen different primary keywords, it's just going to take longer.
Okay.
Versus if you focus on one primary service.
So let's say you're focusing on the ceramic coatings, but now you also want to install PPF.
PPF, window tinting, PDR.
So you can build your authority on multiple
services at once.
Yeah.
You'll also get a fully managed Google business profile and optimization. You'll have your local focused link building strategy every month. You'll get your premium SEO focused website and management, and you'll have our rank guarantee.
Okay.
We typically charge, we have 2 primary starting packages, one for smaller cities in the 100 to 200,000 people range, and then we have this larger city range, which normally is going to be 400 to 500 and above.
Okay.
And we're offering up to $3,600 per year in discount on our city package. So you're saving $300 a month for a total of $3,600 a year.
Wow.
And you're saving $200 a month for our town package. And you're going to be generating a monthly ROI on average within 3 to 4 months.
So you're already going to be gaining more than what you're spending.
Exactly. Okay. After 3 to 4 months. And if we're unable to achieve those results for you, we will refund you your money. So it's really a zero risk
And this is only for
campaign.
the first 50, right?
It's only for the first 50
Who sign up. Okay.
who sign up.
But even after
Afterwards-
that, like this, considering even the regular price, considering the amount of time that you guys are spending on it, you're paying for the expertise, right? And the time and the humans working behind it. But also keep in mind that this is things you won't have to be doing. So if your time is money, you'll be spending that time being more efficient and productive in your business, which is like a win-win there.
Absolutely. And the value that we deliver, the average cost for a website is $1,500.
So, and you're getting that website.
And you're
that
getting that
package.
website
Yeah.
for just $575 a month.
Yeah.
That would typically, a website would cost you 3 months of management.
Yes.
And it would just be a website. And after 3 months, you're already starting to make more than you're spending.
Absolutely.
So it's huge amount of value. If you want to get on a consultation call with me to discuss this further, go to carcareboost.com/pandyorganizer or click the link
In the video description, yeah, we'll have that there. I think 50 is going to go pretty quickly with the size of this audience.
Yeah, last
but even
time
if
it
you're
took
not,
about a month.
So
and
that
we
was pretty
hit,
quick.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Very quick.
So take advantage of it, but keep in mind that even if you don't get the discount, if you're beyond the 50, that I think that price is more than reasonable. Because keep in mind, if that ROI is more than you're spending, it pays for itself
Exactly.
and then some. Okay, Marco, is there anything else you want to add?
That's really it for today's presentation. If you like this video and you want to get another video with advanced tricks
Yes.
for SEO,
Yeah.
comment something with the keyword car detailing SEO in the comments.
Hashtag car detailing SEO. Yeah.
And I will make sure to come back and share more secrets.
If they have any questions, also you guys can drop some in the comments. Car Care Boost and Marco, they'll be responding and answering. But everything so far has been super positive. Marco, thanks so much.
Thanks to you.
For these free tips and tricks also, by the way, and go watch those 3 previous videos. I'm going to leave them linked in the description. If you guys want to figure out everything about building your websites, optimizing your Google profile and all that kind of stuff for digital marketing, which is crucial in today's world. And obviously, if you know somebody that might benefit from this video, share that video with them. You never know who can enjoy the information that's in there, especially if they're stressing out about and managing their car detailing business, but this whole digital thing is overwhelming for some. So note that there's people out there who can do things for you and have it turnkey, ready to go in a simple and easy way. So again, links in the description. Thanks for being there. Thanks for watching. And in the meantime, don't forget, keep it tight, keep it clean, and we'll see you on the next one.